What's up, everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon, the crypto universe. Today is Thursday, October 24th. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the Doge Rune token because I'm officially back from vacation, but a lot has happened since last Friday. I'm going to share with you which YouTubers have been talking about the Doge Rune token and why that's very important for the next stage of the Rune and Doge Rune adoption. Then I'm going to share with you the percentage of how much the Rune ecosystem takes of Bitcoin's fungible token market cap against BRC20s. Then I'm going to be talking about major exchanges, just mentioning Doge, and the most important thing, charting and analysis. We actually predicted that the Doge Rune token was going to hit a 450 million market cap. In this channel, we predicted that. Now I'm going to share with you in the charting analysis what we could expect and why we are confirmed still in a bullish momentum. So without wasting any time, let's go ahead and smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page, and please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct message, or email, so please be careful and invest safely. So guys and girls, let's get right into it. So the Doge Rune token roughly is around a 480 million market cap. Now you must be wondering how that's performing against Bitcoin. So let's look over the past 24 hours. So far, the Doge Rune token is actually performing higher than Bitcoin, up 6%. Over the past 7 days, it's actually down 13%. Over the past month, 80% higher than Bitcoin. Now this used to be at around 120 to 140%. So if you had bought into the Doge Rune token a month ago, you're up still 80%. And this is why we've been seeing people leverage their Bitcoin into Doge. Look at the community sentiment, now 13,430, still 94%. We're still waiting for the 95%. Now let's look into Magic Eden. What is it priced per set? Around 7 sats for Doge. The amount of unique holders still 92,219, so this hasn't moved too much. This has fluctuated between 500 million market cap to now at around 475. Let's go ahead and move on because I want to mention just quickly, real briefly, that Pizza Ninjas actually created a GIF. We can actually use my PFP and this dog in your specific post. So if we go over here to the comment section, you can actually find it over here in the GIF section. All you need to do is type in Pizza Ninja Dog. You'll see my icon right here. All you have to do is just click on it and that will be in your comment section. So that's just something I want to share with everybody real quick. Now let's move on to community engagement, and this is very important. So Jake.Sats did report that X has a new query tool that allows people to understand how many posts have mentioned a specific token in the past 3 days or maybe even past month or so. So it kind of evaluates the time frame within that. If you notice, Doge has 66,800 mentions in the past 3 days. Let's compare that to the #1 meme coin on Solana. Apparently, WIF has only done half that amount. What about the #1 meme coin across all blockchains, aka Dogecoin? Well, guess what? It only has 26,000 mentions compared to Doge's 66,000. What about Pepe, one of the top meme coins on Ethereum? Well, only 11,000 mentions. So this just goes to show you data does not lie. Data tells you that right now the Doge Rune token has the most adoption and the most community interest, and I do believe that everybody is paying attention to Doge. There's no doubt about it. When you have this much mentions and engagement, everybody's going to not ignore this. Everybody's going to pay attention to this. Follow the data, it does not lie. Now let's talk about centralized exchanges possibly mentioning Doge or talking about runes. We do know that OKX China has been talking about runes lately. Now if you don't know, right now China and especially Asia isn't too bullish around runes just yet, or maybe they actually are. Really, they were more interested in BRC20 tokens, but we understand on this channel, they are just not scalable and they're absolutely slow and it's absolutely wasteful. The amazing thing about runes is that it's very scalable. It does not provide that much waste. Now, OKX China is paying attention to runes. They're talking about runes quite a bit, actually. They've been talking about runes for a couple months now. They even hosted a Twitter space. And just recently, the OKX Chinese Twitter account did mention Doge in kind of a hint or a tease because they were showing many different memes in the specific post, but they did have the Doge Rune token, which is something very specific. So that's something I'm really paying attention to. And in breaking news, just as of yesterday, Saflo just announced their platform for Ordinals and Roost trading. And what they did mention in the specific post is that it has sniper protection. This is an amazing and most important thing. If you're pretty sick of people buying in your runes, especially Doge or your Ordinals, and they end up outbidding you by paying higher gas fees, well, guess what? The sniper protection on Saflo is going to help prevent that from happening, and also 0% trading fees. That's actually quite amazing. And also, if you haven't noticed, they also have a Flux claim tool, and this is going to be open for the next 2 weeks. And so I connected my Xverse wallet to this specific page, and I ended up gaining around 290 Flux rewards. If you haven't checked that already, make sure to click on this link, which is satflow.com/rewards. Be careful not to click on any other suspicious links. Make sure to also, if you're going to connect any of your wallets to this website, make sure to use a burner wallet, right? Or a wallet that you do have your funds in, but maybe transfer those funds into a ledger so that you don't end up connecting this to this website. Because again, I'm always very suspicious of websites, regardless of how established they are, because I don't want my funds to be drained. I don't want my ordinals or runes to be drained. So just make sure to do that due diligence before you connect to this website. Now let's talk about the YouTubers talking about runes, and more specifically Dog. But let's start with runes first. So Ivan on Tech has a ton of subscribers and is really well known within the crypto space. He is really also well known in leverage trading. He ended up commenting on somebody's question, which is, how do you feel about runes? He says, if you have many runes, your bag will pump eventually. And if you pay attention to this, let's look at the rune domination over the fungible token market on Bitcoin. Because on October 22nd, runes took up 99.9% of Bitcoin's fungible token market share. That is competing against BRC20 tokens that only took up 0.1%. So if you're a centralized exchange, especially tier 1, which token are you going to list the most? You're obviously going to be listing runes. Especially runes have only been around for 6 months. Runes have dominated in terms of fungible tokens on Bitcoin. So this is something that you cannot ignore. Pay attention to the data and facts. And while the time I was gone on vacation, Crypto Lark, a really well-known YouTuber in the crypto space, did report Dog Rune as his number 2 choice out of his top 7 for major upside, for huge potential gains this cycle. So definitely check out this clip if you haven't already. It's absolutely amazing. I'll put a link on the upper right hand side so you can check that out. And another person named Rob from Digital Asset News, who I've absolutely respected for so many years, did report on Dog multiple occasions. I'm going to share with you a link on the upper right hand side, and he tells you why the Dog Rune token has one of the strongest communities out there and one of the top meme coins and meme coin narratives across all blockchains. And I want to give a quick shout out to Crypto Crush, who ended up reporting Dog on her Instagram page. It's not just YouTube, it's also on Instagram. But definitely support her if you haven't already. She's definitely someone to support in terms of Rune updates. Last but not least, we want to give a shout out to Joe for Dead Cat, or Dead Cat Crypto. He has a YouTube channel and he demonstrates to you how to buy Dog, but most importantly, how he says that Dog has a chance to flip Dogecoin in market cap. Definitely check that video out if you haven't already. I'll put a link on the upper right hand side. Now, speaking of the Dog Rune token flipping the Dogecoin market cap, you have not seen the God candle for the Dog Rune token. Just look at the first God candles and the first bull rallies for the Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, and the BOG token. They all have very similar patterns compared to the Dog Rune token. And every single time we saw massive consolidation, or the Dogecoin is dead, or the Shiba Inu is dead, or the BONK is dead, there is always a followed uprise of a God candle right after. And this would send it to a much higher market cap than $1 billion for the Dog Rune token. So let's go into the charting and analysis, one of my favorite things. So as we predicted on our channel, we were going to hit a $450 million market cap. And this was the buy zone. I've mentioned over and over, this was the buy zone, that this was going to happen. And that was completely normal. For massive punts, we need to see a massive retracement in order for us to shake out the paper hands. This is what I would do if I was a bear. I would shake out the paper hands, liquidize my positions, make people sell their bags so that I could buy back at a lower price. And now we're forming higher lows here and here, which are these green smile lines. And the golden cross is still in formation. We're still in a golden cross, far from a bear market trend. Look at this MACD. Now you may be seeing the sell volume right here, but that's nothing. We've seen it happen here and we've seen it happen here. This can really, in a really fast movement, go and reverse back to the upside, and we'll start seeing ourselves in the buyer market again. But right now we could see some consolidation back and forth, or we could see a massive pump to the uprise, which would send us into a massive God candle, which would be this right here. In the market psychology, right now we are seeing ourselves in the disbelief cycle. No one believes that this is actually going to happen. Again, I say that over and over. The runes are dead is completely over. We're no longer in the runes are dead cycle. We're in the disbelief. So right now you need to understand that this God candle can happen at any moment, It may not even be a tier 1 centralized exchange, because as you saw here, we went from 200 million market cap to 980 million market cap without any of those different announcements. Now that we have more details around centralized exchange listings, listing Taproot addresses, integrating Taproot, which is the BC1P address that allows Ordinals and Rune's integration, this could happen at any moment, and this is why it's very important for you to understand this specific thing. Now, before we close this off, Leonidas did share a major important tweet regarding, like, say for instance, this meme coin that just came out called Fartcoin. Fartcoin was just listed on major exchanges, especially Binance, and that is absolutely outrageous. Fartcoin has insider allocations and also token allocations possibly to pay the centralized exchange listing such as Binance. And he makes an amazing article and breakdown of what that actually means. But the most important thing I want you to understand on this channel is this: Coinbase. Why should you be focusing on Coinbase? Well, let's break it down. Coinbase is actually based in the US. Binance is not. So whenever a foreign centralized exchange is outside the US jurisdiction, they do not follow the same guidelines or regulations around listing tokens. Coinbase, because it's within the US, has to follow those guidelines. So this means they do not require a listing fee, believe it or not. And they also do not require market makers or marketing fees. That all follows the DOG core free and fair fundamentals. And this is why I ask you as a call to action today, write an X post and tag Coinbase and Brian Armstrong, who is the CEO, and kindly request the Dog Rune token to be listed for spot trading. Provide visual data and analytics to support your statement. Also, submit a request to review application, which is coinbase.com/Asset Hub. That will allow you to submit your request to have the Dog Rune token listed. In my personal opinion, it matters to have many multiple community members request this. It does not matter. I want you all to do this. And I want you all to provide your data and facts, because to me, it's all about making as much noise as possible, making our presence known. Be loud and remind everybody that we are the #1 meme coin on Bitcoin, which is DOG, and that the future meta is free and fair. So as a conclusion and statement, you have seen everything that I've shared with you over the past 7 days while I was gone. You've seen the YouTubers talking about it, which is the next stage of adoption for runes. You are seeing exchanges such as OKX mentioning and also talking about runes in China, which is very important. This is the next new stage of transitions that I'm very excited for. You've seen my call to action regarding Coinbase. You've seen the data regarding runes dominating 99.9% of the fungible token market share on top of Bitcoin. So now it's up to you to decide, are you going to get exposure to DOG? Well, I want to hear your comments down below what your strategy is, and I cannot wait to read them. So go ahead and be sure to smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page to receive all of our alpha calls and trades regarding DOG on the moon. Till then, see you guys girls next time.